What's up, guys, and welcome to the Wind Lord Mel'jarak Heroic Raiding Guide. As always, if you want to see the normal mode mechanics, they will be scrolling above the head in the normal mode video. This is just to cover the differences between normal and heroic and how your guild can down this boss. As always, for this video, it's going to be an arcane mage point of view in a 25-man raid setting, but the general idea of the fight remains the same whether it's a 25-man or a 10-man fight. Typically, the main difference in 25-man is the way that you go about killing the adds. This isn't really an AoE dependent fight. The reason I say that is because if you kill a pack of adds, they will respawn. Okay, they will respawn after a certain amount of time. However, when you do kill that pack of adds, the boss will take a 600% damage increase for X amount of seconds, and then the adds will respawn shortly thereafter. The biggest problem that you're going to have in this fight is keeping the adds that you're supposed to keep CC'd. You want to always keep the guys who do the amber trap CC'd. The reason I say that is because understand that as soon as that boss hits 75% and he starts putting out his wind bombs, you don't want somebody who gets wind bombed to be stuck in amber sap when that happens, because it will wipe your raid instantly. There's really nothing you can do about it, because you don't want to run in there to click them out and the person who's in there will automatically trigger it. So the biggest thing that you want to do is to CC those amber sapper adds who trap everybody. That's your biggest key. And then obviously make sure that you have your interrupts rolling on your battle menders, and then you're killing kind of whatever add. You're going to kill pretty much 2 or 3 sets of adds. It just depends on your raid group and how well you can get them down. But keep in mind that once you kill him, or once you kill that set of adds, then everybody needs to be on the boss. So you can cleave down those adds since they do share that health pool. Just make sure that understand that if you're AoEing and you're not doing more, like if you have a cleave spec, awesome. If you have like a pure AoE spec, you're actually probably going to be hurting your raid. The other trick to this fight is making sure that you kill the ad packs in succession after that buff has worn out. Okay, you do not want to kill them at the same time because it doesn't stack. So you want to make sure that you use the buff to its fullest, then you kill the next pack, use the buff to its fullest, then you kill the next pack, and use the buff to its fullest. But that's really the whole fight. Keep in mind too that as the fight goes on, again, you still have to worry about his wind blade when he throws it out and it comes back. You do need to watch out for that. Obviously in heroic mode you cannot stand in a wind bomb. It's pretty much like normal mode. Normal mode you can sometimes survive one. In heroic you will not survive. It will wipe you almost instantly. So be careful of that as well. Like I said, the biggest thing for this fight is healers understand that the tanks are going to take quite a bit of damage in this fight. The rain of arrows, make sure that your cooldowns are ready for that, as obviously the further into the fight the more that will hurt. But the biggest thing, guys, is not to leave him at a lower percent. It's basically timing the killing of the ad pack so that you can burn the boss down as much as possible. Just understand that, like, when it's boss burn time, you're going into single target mode. You don't care about anything else. You're not spreading your dots, you're not doing anything. You're simply just tunneling into the boss when he's taking all that damage, and you'll watch his health bar melt. We use Hero on the first part of this solely for the fact that we want to try to get him down as quick as possible, and get that second pat of adds down also as soon as possible, so that way we can really do a chunk and a pretty big chunk of damage to the boss overall as quickly as we possibly can. The only other thing, tanks, understand what mobs that you have. Obviously you guys also need to set interrupters in your melee to handle interrupting the healers, as that will be a key to this fight. You just need to kick them. It's not a huge kick rotation, but you do need to have one set up. It is vital. The other thing that you need to understand is that when you do kill that pack of adds and then they come back, if there's any of them that need to be CC'd, if there's any of them that need to be interrupted immediately or whatever, just make sure that you're doing this while allowing the tanks to get aggro. This is the transition phase is pretty much the only part that you need to work out, as since the adds respawn, it does get a little bit tricky for your tanks sometimes. But honestly, if you can do that, this fight is a really, really awesome fight for your DPS. And the reason I say that is because with that 600% damage increase and then all the cleave damage and everything else, you're going to see just astronomical numbers on this fight. It's one of those fights that's just a ton of fun to do. It's not overly complicated. This is technically, I believe it's the second easiest heroic outside of Blade Lord in the Heart of Fear. It might even be the easiest. But like I said, it's probably the second fight you'll do if you're doing heroic Heart of Fear in any kind of difficulty order, not just going through it from start to finish. So keep that in mind, that you do want to make sure that you're doing this fight correctly. But again, it's not that difficult. If you've got normal mode mastered, it's just a couple different things that you need to watch out for. It does make life a little bit nicer not having to deal with those amber traps in heroic mode. So, you know, if you can do those things, you can pretty much GG this fight. Healers during the end of the fight obviously is when it gets the most chaotic, so make sure that you've got your, you know, if you've got auras to call out or rallies to call out or big healing cooldowns or whatever, that you're cycling those through those ranges of arrows, because those will just absolutely wreck the raid by the end of the fight. So the DPS also need to understand too that if you kill that last set of ads and then you kill the boss, all that damage that he's going to take. So make sure that you know what percentages he's at, when it's really, really going to be key to make sure that you're moving out of his wind blade that he throws out and comes back. You just need to make sure that you know that stuff, and if you can do that, you can kill this fight. Well, thanks guys. See you in the next one.